Is it that what has been happening in Labour Party is as a result of Peter Obi being a member of the party, or should I say the rumors of the unseen hands holding down, making sure that they frustrate his ambition to run for the 2027 presidential election with the party? And the rumor even said that this is the reason why there has been leadership issues between Julius Abure Nenadi Usman and who INEC should recognize as the authentic leader of the party, because I don't understand. Now, it is not quite long Peter Obi officially declared and joined the ADC, and that is 2 seconds. But all of a sudden, things are gradually falling back to normal. They are telling us now that Abure's tenure has long expired, so Nenadi Usman is now the authentic leader of the party. In fact, the Federal High Court in Abuja has just ordered INEC to recognize Nenadi Usman as the authentic leader of the party, and I was like, wait a minute, is it that they are just noticing it now, or what is actually going on? Or is it about the rumor that went down before about the unseen hands? So the hands have seen that Peter Obi is no longer there, so he's now trying to go away. Or what do you think is going on? In fact, listen to the lawyers from the court first.
By the judgment of the court has this morning restored the hope of members of the Labour Party in Nigeria by affirming that the power to elect their leadership is vested in members of the party who subscribe to the constitution of the party. The court upheld the decision of the Supreme Court that power resides in the Labour Party, and that following the expiration of the tenure of Barrister Julius Abure in June 2024, the appointment, without conducting a proper convention to take over, to elect executive member that will take over from him, it was only fair and reasonable for the party to come together and appoint a national caretaker committee like they have done, and with the leadership vested in Distinguished Senator Dr. Nenadi Usman. Now, the court described that intervention as a child of necessity, it was of utmost necessity that the party cannot be left without a leadership. Julius Abure's tenure having validly come to an end, and INEC, the umpire that superintends political parties, actually held and observed that the purported gathering at Nnewi was not a party convention because the conditions precedent were never met. No world local government, state congresses or state or zonal congresses were actually held or conducted to elect members who were to vote at the Nnewi convention. So it was, as far as INEC is concerned, it was never a convention, and INEC refused to recognize the outcome of the Nnewi convention. Sequel to that, it now became necessary for the Labour Party to look inward, having been left without a valid chairman, the tenure of Abure having come to an end by a function of time. The party's NEC statutory members, led by Dr. Alex Oti, who is the highest statutory member of NEC, having been the man who is holding the highest political office on behalf of the party, they came together and resolved to vest their leadership in Dr. Nenadi Usman as chairman of their National Caretaker Committee to help and facilitate a proper national convention. For the avoidance of doubt, the court also ordered that INEC should, as a matter of fact, recognize every correspondence from Dr. Nenadi Usman as the valid and the only recognized chairman of Labour Party. The court went further to warn against all these shenanigans.
The point now, so what do you think that INEC is going to do now? Are they going to recognize her ASAP, or is it that Julius Abure is going to appeal this judgment, get a counter judgment to go back to INEC and explain to them that his tenure is still valid? Or what do you think is going to happen? In fact, listen to Aisha Yusuf on what she has to say, because we can't continue like this in this country. But as you are listening, make sure you are sharing your thoughts with me on the comment section. Share the video and also subscribe for more updates. and after that, I'll be back. Let's go there.
This is breaking news. It says, Inibehe, Barrister Inibehe Effiong says, I'm currently before the Federal High Court in Abuja for a case. I listened to judgment delivered in another case. Honorable Justice Lifu has just upheld Senator Nenadi Usman-led National Caretaker Committee as the only valid and lawful leadership of the Labour Party. The judge reaffirmed that by the Supreme Court's judgment, Julius Abure's tenure had since elapsed. The judge ordered INEC to recognize Nenadi Usman forthwith. When I see people talk about strategy, Mr. Peter B does not. I laugh. You don't know most people don't know the battles that are being fought. This Nenadi Usman, she has been the caretaker. She's supposed to have been. The courts decided that they were not going to recognize her. Just why? Because Peter Obi is a Labour Party. Anything that can be done. The first time when he left, all of a sudden, INEC that had been saying whatever, started changing. But they did a long episode to say that Abure was not this. But when Mr. Peter Obi was saying that, Abure was everything. He was the darling, he was the whatever, right? And this is something... there are so many things that you can't say that you are privy to knowing. And then when you listen to people are talking, but because, of course, you can't say those things. Confidentiality. You can't expose your tact. You not allow yourself to be brought to a place where you begin to expose the things that whatever these things. These are things we know. The only thing why they were fighting that whole Labour Party thing was not, they refused to allow Nenadi this thing. They know Abure's tenure had ended, but they refused to allow it go and everything and whatever was simply because Mr. Peter Obi was on it. And the biggest thing that they're fighting since 2020, and they're ready to put in everything, was that Mr. Peter Obi should not be what do you call this thing now? Candidate of any party. That's what they want. Because they know the one person that if he is on the ballot paper of a party, that one person that they know will give them is Peter Obi. It's Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. There is no that these are things that we know. Yes, I am by the way, I'm an ADC member. I am a card carrying member of ADC. Just like any other whatever person, whatever, however, I'm a card carrying member of ADC. So anybody, me, I will talk as a party. It is just what it is. They know that is the only thing. And that's why all you see all these permutations for the and for me, I trust on my party because I'll call it my party. I'm taking ownership. My party to sit down and really think, is this really about winning primaries or winning election? Is it really about what we want or what Nigerians want? And I know the party has been focused on getting what Nigeria wants. The leadership of the party, led by Senator David Mark, has really been on that part. And this is why I say to people, come and join the ADC, come and be part of it. Come in there, let's begin to build the things, that are going. This is such an amazing news hearing, of the Labour Party. The Labour Party, the Nenadi-led Labour Party, which is not the Labour Party, was part of the coalition, has been part of the coalition because opposition leaders and parties came together to say, look, we are going to, for us to be able to go after and defeat these people, we need to come together. And the thing sometimes that really gets me a bit off with a lot of, analysts, strategies, tacticians, what have you, they keep on, this, that. But the things that are being done towards working the same, when they see, they negate it, they will keep pulling out what APC's strength is, but they are never going to tell you what the opposition's strength is. They would rather be bringing the opposition that telling them they can't do anything, they are not doing whatever. Opposition came together. They came together to say, okay, this is about, let's come together and work going for the 2024 because they realize that individually they can't do it, but they can do it collectively. And for those of their candidates that are running at the top, they say, okay, you guys come in and run at that, ADC. Come in and run at the ADC level. So I just don't get how people just don't see the great things that the opposition is doing to ensure that they do that. But then, hey, it might not be good enough, but let's all put our hands to do that. But just watch this thing. This is all that happened. The moment Peter Obi is no longer there, the fantasization, the whatever, the colonization, like I heard one lady say, I don't even know what I'm saying, but anyway, the English just fits the sequence. It lays, it goes. And so those are the things. Do you know how many battles? The battles that are being fought are not here. The day Peter Obi will really sit down and write his auto. In short, it's not the kind of person, it's not even the kind of one that somebody should write biography. He needs to write an autobiography as he's sitting down and say this, documenting everything. Nigerians are going to open their mouth and say, so you were going through all of this and you were looking as if nothing was happening. You were moving all over the country, doing your own thing, and what have you and what have you. Even this removal of police security from this thing, what do you really think it was all about? But anyway, that's story for another day. Ponder on it and really talk about it. But hey, I'm here to tell you the breaking news. Nenadi Usman, the court has, declared Nenadi Usman as the chairman of Labour Party, that caretaker committee, as the authentic, leadership of the Labour Party, and that Abure and his team, their tenure has long elapsed and they move on. It's so amazing how, or should I say, it's so disheartening how someone based on their own selfish interests would destroy something that would have been so amazingly beautiful, that would have really been built and will go on a long way. It's really sad, isn't it? But anyway, as it is what it is, and then we just keep moving on from there. For everyone, this is the time to participate in politics. We can't afford to stay away. We can't afford to be talking and giving instructions by the side, to be giving advice by the side. Let's all get our feet and our legs in and clean up the mess, the murky waters that is our Nigerian politics, and make it the kind of politics that everyone can participate in, that can lead to development, can lead to growth, can lead to innovation, can lead to transparency, accountability, good governance, can lead to us having a nation that works for every one of us. A nation that does not work for every one of us is actually a very problematic nation, and all of us are all feeling it. Everybody is feeling what it is to be a Nigerian from Nigeria that is not working at all. We see the kind of disrespect that people get when they travel out of the country. We see how countries are shutting their doors against Nigeria. We see how all sorts of sanctions and whatever are being meted on Nigeria. If Nigeria was that country that was doing so well, people will open their doors to them. We've also seen how Nigerians outside of the country, are able to excel very well because they've gotten enabling environment, while the ones at home are just lagging behind. It's because of that lack of enabling environment, and we almost, begin to do better. We almost think of our nation. We see our children that have become stateless, although some try to deny that, oh no, our children is not stateless. I laugh when some people think that they are exempted from the bad governance in Nigeria. A lot of our children are all over the world looking for countries that they're going to go to, and they're going to call their own countries that, that they will not see and say that, hey, that is where they belong, or they get citizenship. It's because Nigeria is not working that well. If it was working very well, they wouldn't be out there looking for this citizenship. So all of us, we need to put our hands on deck. We need to really work. We need to ensure that we get this country of ours to go there and work together.
You get the point now. What do you think? Share your thought with me on the comment section. And of course, you know the vibe. Click on that subscribe button, follow and share for more updates. Because like this, hey.